Iran's massive retaliatory attack on Israel. Ballistic missiles rained down on Tel Aviv, causing significant damage to multiple buildings, with flames reaching the sky. One woman was killed, over 60 Israelis were injured, some in critical condition. 9 buildings were completely destroyed, and hundreds of apartments damaged. In response, Iran targeted Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. Iranian media claimed 300 missiles were launched at Israel, while Israeli media reported fewer than 100. 5 rounds of attacks were carried out within a few hours. Explosions echoed across Tel Aviv. According to Iranian state media, 2 Israeli fighter jets were shot down, and a female pilot was captured. Iran also claimed to have downed 2 F-35 stealth jets. A fire broke out near the Israeli Ministry of Defense headquarters. The United States is reportedly assisting Israel in intercepting Iranian missiles. Celebrations erupted in Iran and Yemen following the attacks. Israel continues to retaliate fiercely. Loud explosions were heard in Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. On Saturday morning, Iran launched its 5th major missile attack on Israel. 1 missile struck the central area of Tel Aviv. Reports also indicate 2 Iranian missiles fell in Gaza. Late at night, Israel struck Tehran's Mehrabad airport with missiles. Iran announced that soon Khyber missiles will be launched at Israel. Iran's security is a red line, and any attack will be met with full retaliation. The Iranian Revolutionary Guards warned in strong terms that the consequences of these attacks will shock the world. Under the Iranian military operation, Operation Promise of the Truth, Israeli military installations are being targeted, especially those used by Israel for attacks on Iran and Palestine. No part of Israel will remain safe. Iranian leadership vowed that their revenge will be extremely painful and attacks will intensify. Military bases of countries supporting Israel will also be targeted. These developments pose a serious threat to global peace and security. The UN Security Council's emergency meeting on Israel-Iran tensions ended without resolution. Iranian envoy Amir Saeed accused Israeli authorities of targeting residential areas in Iran and called Israel the world's most dangerous terrorist state. Global leaders have become active for regional peace. Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman held a phone call with U.S. President Donald Trump. There was also communication between the Saudi Crown Prince and the French President. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu spoke with the U.S. President, discussing the escalating Israel-Iran tensions. Russia offered to mediate to stop the war between Iran and Israel. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres said the tensions have crossed all limits and it's time to stop the conflict. China sharply criticized Israel and demanded an immediate halt to attacks on Iran. Meanwhile, Israeli leadership is deeply alarmed by Iranian strikes. Netanyahu held an emergency security cabinet meeting in a bunker, stating Israel's goal is to stop the Iranian regime. Israel carried out airstrikes on several Iranian cities, including Tehran, Isfahan, and Tabriz. Several Iranian military commanders and top nuclear scientists were killed. Along with women and children, 78 civilians lost their lives, and over 300 were injured. Israeli forces also targeted Iran's nuclear facilities. Airstrikes hit Revolutionary Guard headquarters and other locations. Iranian Army Chief Mohammad Bagheri, Revolutionary Guard Commander Hossein Salami, and Director General Gholam Ali Rashid were killed along with their sons. Aerospace Commander Amir Ali Hajizadeh was also among the martyrs. Quds Force Chief Esmail Khani, Nuclear Program Head Alish Ghani, former Iranian Atomic Energy Agency Director Farid Abbasi, and nuclear scientist Mohammad Mahdi Tirazi from Azad University were also killed. The International Atomic Energy Agency confirmed the attack on Iran's Natanz nuclear facility. Israel's 200 fighter jets participated in the strikes, hitting over 100 targets across Iran. Israeli media claims Mossad conducted secret operations in Iran prior to the attacks, establishing drone bases, destroying dozens of radars, and surface-to-air missile launchers. A large part of the Revolutionary Guard's airspace command was destroyed. Israeli Defense Minister stated underground targets of the Revolutionary Guards and Air Force leadership were hit. Mossad released videos of military operations inside Iranian territory. Following Israeli strikes on Iran, global crude oil prices surged nearly 10%. Brent crude oil prices increased by 9.9%, reaching around $78 per barrel. WTI crude oil is selling at approximately $75 per barrel.